What's up guys? So Dark Phoenix official trailer was finally released and it surprised everyone because there were a lot of speculations that hinted that we'll never get to see the trailer or the movie because of the Fox and Disney deal. But now we have got Dark Phoenix first trailer and the movie will be released on 14th of February. So let's go ahead and do the trailer breakdown of Dark Phoenix official trailer.
You think you can fix me?
Jean, you are not broken.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
The mind is a fragile thing.
So the trailer opens with X Mansion, where a very young Jean asks Professor X aka Charles Xavier if he can fix her. I believe she has been brought to him by someone from her family after the car accident. Looks like she blames herself and thinks she is a problem and causes chaos wherever she goes. So Charles tells her that she is not broken and takes her in his X Mansion so he can teach her how to control her power. Moving on.
Takes only the slightest tap to tip it in the wrong direction.
This is the end.
Charles, what did you do?
I had to keep her stable. I protected her.
In this scene we can hear Charles Xavier in the background talking about mind and how fragile it is. And we see the adult version of Jean Grey played by Sophie Turner reprising her role after X-Men Apocalypse. Then we see Hank aka the Beast who is running some tests on Jean and looks quite surprised. Now this gives us a little hint of what Charles' voice in the background means. Jean becomes very powerful after an incident that we'll see later in the trailer, and Charles, in order to keep her stable, messed with her mind, tipping her in the wrong direction. It becomes more clear when we hear Raven aka Mystique questioning Charles about what he did with Jean's mind and memories.
From the truth? There's another word for that.
I came looking for answers.
Then comes the scene where Jean's parents die in a car accident because she's unable to control her powers as she is very small, but she somehow manages to keep these shattered glasses away from her and survives that accident. Then she is left at X Mansion so she can control her powers, and by the background dialogue between Raven and Charles, it seems as if Charles erased or manipulated this terrible memory from Jean's mind, thinking that it will make her better and more stable with her powers. But as we can see in this scene, Raven strongly disagrees with Charles. An important and a very cool thing to notice here is that she is wearing a new X-Men suit. Now this is the original X-Men suit that is taken directly from the comics. Next we find out why Raven and Charles were upset. It's because Jean left the X Mansion and went to Eric, aka Magneto, played by Michael Fassbender.
You feel like you don't belong here. You don't. They can't begin to comprehend what you are.
She's changing.
And what?
Next we see a new character, an alien probably who's trying to manipulate Jean, and it seems like she'll have an influence over Jean in this movie. But the identity of this character is still a mystery, and it will be played by Jessica Chastain. Then we get shots of main X-Men characters in this movie: Cyclops, Quicksilver, Storm and Hank. After that, Charles realizes some changes in Jean and he is discussing it with Raven. I'll explain this in a moment. Moving on.
You didn't come here looking for answers. You came here looking for permission.
Jean. She's all rage.
Next we see Jean and Eric talking about Jean's powers, and from her eyes we know that the Dark Phoenix is slowly taking over. After that, all the X-Men members come to stop Jean as they are in their X-Men suits. So does the police. But Jean goes rogue and destroys the police cars. Next we see her stopping a chopper from attacking her and others with her. This is the same place I guess where she meets Eric. And you can tell how powerful she is right now as she easily controls the chopper and looks very dangerous. Moving on.
Pain. It's all coming out at once.
Jean lost control, but she's still our friend.
This is your fault, Charles.
The world is on the brink.
I'm sorry I didn't stop it sooner.
Here we see Jean crying. Looks like she's broken after something bad happened. And I'll get back to this in a moment. After that we see X-Men carrying out a space mission that I believe will result in Jean being hit by the cosmic force known as the Phoenix, and after being manipulated, the positive Phoenix force will become the Dark Phoenix. Then we see the members of the X-Men in black suit. That means a funeral. That means a death. And as Cyclops says Jean lost her control, but she is still our friend, we get a shot of Mystique, whereas all the other members are present in the scene. Storm, Hank, Scott, Charles and Nightcrawler. Now this is what I was talking about a moment ago. So most probably Jean lost her control and it resulted in death of Raven, aka Mystique, played by Jennifer Lawrence. And Hank blames Charles for this. Then we see Charles using Cerebro and he experiences the Phoenix Force. This can be from the moment when Jean was hit by the Phoenix Force and Charles tried to connect her just to make sure she's fine. Or it may be later in the movie when Charles tries to find Jean and then experiences the powerful cosmic force and realizes that Jean has changed. Moving on.
You're always sorry, Charles, and there's always a speech, and nobody cares.
There's still hope. Don't do this.
Then we see Eric getting back his helmet. That means a fight is about to happen. Whereas Charles apologizes to Eric and I believe he will ask for Eric's help to save Jean and others from the Dark Phoenix. And then we see Hank on the other side standing with Eric and against Charles. And even in this scene where everyone is present other than Jean, we cannot see Raven. And this makes the possibility of death of Raven even stronger, as both Hank and Eric had strong affection for Raven, and Eric won't cry for any other mutant I believe. And this particular shot clears it more why Hank and Charles are on different sides now. Moving on.
They're right to fear me.
I've seen evil. And I'm looking at it now.
We see Hank and Raven in their X-Men suits and Hank holding Raven. Now this seems to be the moment where the X-Men lost her. On the other side, government is deploying their troops because of Dark Phoenix and the Alien and the X-Men. We then see the incident that started it all, Phoenix Force being absorbed by Jean's body. And in the end, Jean completely transformed in Dark Phoenix. So what do you guys think? Which X-Men member is going to die in this movie? Mention your thoughts in the comment section below and let's have a discussion over it. I really appreciate you guys for watching this video and it will mean a lot if you guys subscribe for a lot more awesome pop culture videos. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and till the next time, thank you so much for watching. See you soon.